particular skill area. Right? You carry them with you. Now we find that in some systems, students have to repeat them. Same content, and they have to repeat them. So in the CBET system, we say you build a mechanism to allow them to be portable and recognized. Okay? Guidance. This is a weak area. We find that in many systems, the sort of learner support and resources are not available. So this is a weak area. We say you must have all the support that you need, including your career guidance. So in our regular education system, we talk about career counseling, we talk about psychosocial counseling. We're talking to students about welfare and how to spend your money and how to not to get pregnant and all these things. We say in competency-based, you have to have a career guidance system. Why do you think it's important to have career guidance? Why do you think it's important, Patricia?
So students will drop off, so we have proper guidance to follow the program, but they need to adapt the program to certain needs.
They don't want to do, but they don't know what to do. But also to tell them that there are other jobs as well. If they didn't know more about a particular job that they are in. So it's important that you have learner support and of course learning resource systems. So we say in the institutions as well, you should have your learning resource centers that will provide the learners with all the resources that they will need. All right? Questions? Anybody? Clarity?
Responsibilities. Responsibilities about responsibilities. Are those the mandatories?
The mandatory, absolutely.
Looking at a standard?
Yes, the mandatory one.
Okay.
Many of the mandatory ones, not always all, but most of the mandatory ones are portable ones.
Okay.
So we look at the standard. Normally, when you look at standards for, let me go back to my hospitality example. For housekeeping,
Let's say customer service.
yes, possibly there are some that we say.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Question.
You just mentioned that vocational qualifications framework consists of 5 levels. What is the link with the vocational qualifications framework that consists of 8 levels?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You can map, yes. You can map. When we do you can map the 5 under the 10.
Yes.
So they will have 10. So one of ours will be 1 and 2 of theirs.
Yeah?
But the important thing, we look at the outcomes. So we have to map outcomes to outcomes.
Yeah.
So it means therefore that Suriname needs a national qualification framework. You have a vocational one that is shared across the region. But right now, all the countries across the region are also developing national qualifications framework. It tends to be done with the higher education. Those are universities and so on. Because people need to have a framework where all the qualifications, regardless if you're general education, technical and vocational, or higher education, you should be able to plot anything that you're doing in your country on that framework. It's going to be necessary. So this will probably force the powers that need to develop a national
Is
one.
that an assumption? I mean, is it mandatory to have that in place in order to?
The CARICOM has stated that all countries should have a national qualification framework. So we competed for Barbados, we work with Belize, Jamaica has, St. Kitts. So by and large, it's countries are moving towards that. Trinidad and so on. You're getting there. I know we have your European, the Dutch system. You're moving away from the Dutch system. Yeah?
Any other questions? All right, great. Okay, so we are moving on. We look at the principles, we look at the characteristics, we look at the 4 critical components, and we look at the rudiments. Let's look at the pillars now. Every time you build a house, there are some what we call some pillars, load-bearing walls, we call them.